Good evening, Commanders Nation. So, the past couple of videos on this channel has been doom and gloomy. You know what I mean? I've been emotional. This Falcons loss stung. It stung. Marshall Lattimore still stinging. Joe Witt Jr., to each their own. Much respect to him. But moving forward, that defense is going to be under a microscope. You know what I mean? Like, if he shits the bed against the Chargers, granted, the Chargers are a good team, but still, hell hath no fury. If he, the DMV, don't mess with us, dude. Remember, in high school, you have like a freaking, microscope, and you put a slide underneath, and you'd be like, what the hell is that? The slide is Joe Witt Jr. All of us are going to be watching this defense meticulously, and I'm starting getting emotional, but I want to inject some positivity into this channel. Still, Hail Commanders, still forever Hail Commanders. You know what I mean? And some positive news has been coming out the past couple of days, especially today. Our boy, the king, Jaden Daniels, he's a king. He's a young king. You know what I mean? Jaden Daniels plans to play after being cleared. Missed the past couple of games, past 2 games, but Coach Quinn said that he was a full participant in Commanders practice today. He was limited last week, and quote unquote, Daniel said it himself, I plan on going out there on Sunday. You know what I mean? He took his usual reps while still wearing a brace on his left knee under his black sweats. He does not like wearing the brace, but if that's what I have to wear, quote unquote, then I'll do anything possible. Gotta love Jaden Daniels. That's my boy. That's my king. I love Jaden Daniels. We all do the fuck. Even though he started off, he's a bit rough, a little bit rough. You know what I mean? Could be a couple of other factors, maybe himself included. He can be held accountable. He can be held accountable. You know what I mean? He's not one of these divas, but he's gonna bounce back. He's gonna be that franchise. He is the franchise quarterback that we wanted. So, with that being said, other news came out, and I want to share with you guys. But yeah, of course, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. I just noticed I haven't said like and subscribe the past couple of videos because I've been going crazy. You know what I mean? I've just been not even crazy. I've just been. I really thought we were gonna be like the shit this year, and it's way too early into the season. Things can change. Remember, we had a 3-game losing streak last year. Things change. It's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. And I keep telling that to myself every single freaking morning. So, our best players are coming back. So not only is Jaden Daniels coming back, well, we also, Sam Cosmi, our right guard, our Pro Bowl caliber right guard, even though he had a bit of a year last year, he's still a great guard. Coming back from his torn ACL, which is obviously he had last year in the playoffs against the Lions. But, he is projected to come back within he just got activated, on a 21-day return to practice window heading into week 5 against us, the Chargers. So, Rigo's Rag dropped a beautiful article, as always, saying Cosmi has been working incredibly hard behind the scenes to get himself back on track. The Commanders' offensive line has greatly missed his presence, with Nick Allegretti failing to meet expectations, which I honestly was a bit worried about. I was. Even though I liked him on a left guard a little bit last year, pass blocking wise. Run blocking wise, I think he played a part in our run blocking woes, honestly. And, anyways, but Nick Allegretti is a serviceable guard. I don't want to dog him. He's a serviceable guard, in my opinion. Got to have depth in the offensive line. He's also very versatile. Not Ron Riveron versatile. You know what I mean? Like, that V word, you can't throw it around here in the DMV without somebody getting shudders, man. But he's versatile. I like how I look like Ron Riveron saying versatile. No, but, so obviously he's going to be a bit rusty when he comes back. But again, I keep thinking to myself, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And hopefully by the time of the end of this season, when we are, playing very critical games, next freaking 8 weeks is going to be critical games. But, it's just not how you start, how you finish. I keep telling that to myself, and us being 2-2, things can change, man. Also, yesterday we signed Robbie Chosen, a.k.a. Robbie Anderson, to the practice squad. This is a dude, I don't know what's with us and an affinity with hiring ex-good wide receiver. Not hiring, signing ex-good wide receivers. Michael Gallup and freaking Mark. Yeah, I don't know the fuck the bad taste in my mouth. But, we never know. Robbie Chosen's last game was with the Dolphins last year. He ended the season with 1 catch for 5 yards. He's 32 years old and looking for one more chance in the NFL. This man also has a podcast. So do with that as you will. Commanders tried out 2 other veteran wide receivers before signing Robbie Chosen. River Kraft, and, Willie Snead. But we ended up signing Robbie Chosen, so apparently, must have impressed. These are his stats. Looks like the last serviceable year, 2020. So I don't know. The first thing that came to me is okay, obviously they want depth, but Terry McLaurin's injury, also Jalen Lane and Luke McCaffrey, is this like a confidence vote? Not a confidence vote. This is more like hey, we need to patch things up over here. Luke did his thing last week. On Sunday, he did his thing. I like Luke, man. For those who wrote off Luke, it's way too early in his career to write him off. I want to give Luke more chances, but, we'll see where it takes us. Robbie Chosen. Also, I want to point this out, too, because people have not been talking about this as much, in my opinion. Chris Paul, as we all know, has been playing in for Brandon Coleman, 3rd-round pick of last year. Brandon Coleman, who had a solid rookie campaign, even though he, towards the end of the season, or a good stretch of the end, at the left tackle, he wasn't that good. Pass blocking wise, man was both. He was going through it, but he did start off the season last year good, especially pass blocking wise. But now he got benched. I feel like for a multitude of reasons. Dan Quinn keeps saying he got benched due to his injury woes that obviously the in training camp that happened that I feel like set him behind. Also, this play wasn't up to par. I'm not giving up on Brandon Coleman either. The man still has, to me, high potential. But Chris Paul has stepped in nicely. Right here. Chris Paul, in the game against the Raiders, which obviously won 41-24, he was the 2nd highest graded offensive lineman for Washington, finishing with an overall PFF grade of 86, behind all-pro left tackle Tunsil to 88. Over the course of 26 pass blocking snaps, he did not allow a single sack, pressure, quarterback hit, or hurry. You know what I mean? This is a game against the Raiders. This is a Commanders website. Commanders article that just dropped, I believe, today. Yep, today. And Chris Paul's over here saying that, he believes he belongs here at the starting spot. I thoroughly remember. I'm going to go back to here. This was basically him quotes and stuff like that, saying that he belongs here. I'm the shit. He was obviously 7th round pick in 2022 and hadn't started a game since week 15 of 2023. Chris Paul, I'm just going to throw this out here because I'm thinking this is positive news. I remember when he was a rookie and Jonathan Allen was heaping praise on Chris Paul, saying, we got ourselves one. I don't know. Y'all remember that. Jonathan Allen was praising rookie Chris Paul, saying, hey, man, this guy's going to be something. In the Ron Rivera regime, here and there, they were saying, they gave him chances. They liked him. They kept him along. And then we switched regimes from Ron Rivera to DQ, and they still kept Chris Paul. They saw something in him. This is a man who's, he 26 years old. Now it looks like, and then also DQ said he's much more better. He's much more refined this offseason, coming into this season. And, they've been heaping praise on him. I'm just saying, it's a good problem to have. Chris Paul and also Brandon Coleman. I'm just saying, could this be the start of something nice? Hopefully. Listen, if Chris Paul ends up locking and securing down the left guard spot, may the best man win. That's my mentality. May the best man win. Obviously, it'll be Tunsil, and if Chris Paul locks it in, left guard, center, Tyler Biadasz got it locked in. Right guard, Sam Cosmi got it locked in with his big-ass contract. Right tackle, Connolly Jr. got it locked in. But, we don't know yet. Listen, competition breeds greatness. I don't know. I don't want to jinx it, but, I'm a fan of Chris Paul. I'm still rooting for Brandon Coleman, and I'm not ruling him out. But I'm just saying, man. I'll leave it out with that. But anyways, I just want to give some news, some nice positive updates, man. With Jaden Daniels Cosme looking to come back. Sign Ravi Chose, and I don't know what the fuck. I'm still team play Luke and Jalen Lane. Chris Paul, man, don't sleep on Chris Paul. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think. Yeah, let's be more. I gotta be more positive. I gotta be more positive. But best believe, if we shit the bed, can't sit here and be complacent. You gotta call it how it is. I'm not saying I'm not saying like I'm the end all be all. I'm not. This is just my 2 cents. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Till next video, peace, y'all.